Hi everyone, this presentation is being completed by Andrea Sanchez and Tara Whatley. Our theory that we researched was the self-determination theory. The self-determination theory had two original developers. Dr. Edward Deci, pictured on the left, received his PhD in social psychology from Carnegie Mellon University. Dr. Richard Ryan, pictured on the right, received his PhD at the University of Rochester. Dr. Edward Deci and Dr. Richard Ryan began discussing the nature of psychological freedom and vulnerability and how they might be studied with the scientific method when they first met at the University of Rochester. This initial conversation was the building blocks of the self-determination theory over 40 years ago. One might ask what self-determination theory is. Self-determination, also known as SDT, is a theory that links personality, human motivation, and optimal functioning. Self-determination theorists propose that people have three basic needs: a need to be effective in dealing with environment, a need to control the course of their lives, and a need to have close, affectionate relationships with others. Learners are more motivated to learn school subject matter when these three needs are met. In layman terms, self-determination theory is a theory based on motivation. This theory is focused on the motivation behind choices people make without outside influences. Self-determination theory provides a universal framework for understanding the individual and environmental factors that produce and shape certain types of motivation and subsequent engagement with behavior. There are two main types of motivation. Those are intrinsic motivation and extrinsic motivation. Intrinsic motivation refers to behavior that is driven by internal rewards. Extrinsic motivation refers to behavior that is driven by external rewards such as money, fame, grades, and praise. Human motivation is described in the theory as intrinsic or extrinsic, and that both types of motivation are powerful forces in shaping who we are, how we learn, and how we behave. The self-determination continuum chart shown on the screen best shows the breakdown of a non-self-determined learner and a self-determined learner. While the self-determination theory allows for both intrinsic and extrinsic motivation, intrinsic motivation has shown to yield the most healthy and effective growth. 10 years after the self-determination theory began, there were 6 mini-theories that were built. The first mini-theory is cognitive evaluation theory, which is a theory in psychology that explains the effect of external consequences on internal motivation. The second mini-theory is organismic integration theory, which states that the more internalized the intrinsic motivation, the more autonomous the person will be when performing the behaviors. The third mini-theory is casualty orientation theory. This theory shows how a person retains autonomy under the stresses of outside influences. The fourth mini-theory is basic psychology needs theory, which outlines the 3 factors needed for psychological well-being: autonomy, competence, and relatedness. The fifth mini-theory is the goal contents theory. This theory compares extrinsic goals such as money or popularity to the intrinsic goals of close relationships, family, and community. The sixth mini theory is the relationship motivation theory. This last theory focuses on the development and maintenance of close relationships as a psychological need rather than a desire. The self-determination theory is considered an umbrella theory because these six theories can fit a wide range of other professions. The self-determination theory is used in many professions such as healthcare, relationships, sports, substance abuse counseling, psychotherapy, psychopathology, and education. When looking at ways to apply the self-determination theory in an elementary school setting, it is necessary to meet students at their level. In the cognitive evaluation mini theory, using preventative maintenance with students allows teachers to be ahead of the game. If a teacher applies the cognitive evaluation mini theory, teachers will be able to see which students need help well before it's too late. Also, using the cognitive evaluation theory will allow teachers to be able to quickly point out which students are more motivated. Another great theory to use in an elementary school setting is the goals content theory. Giving students short-term, easily attainable goals will keep them motivated and confident. One way to incorporate the goal contents theory is by having weekly pop quizzes for spelling words or timed quizzes for multiplication facts. The last great theory to use within the classroom in an elementary school setting is the basic psychological needs theory. This theory allows teachers to be able to teach material that children can relate to in their everyday life. This could easily be applied by a teacher making a mistake and then showing the student that teachers are not perfect, which will allow them to make a connection between the teacher and the student without any intimidation. If the self-determination theory is applied in the correct way early on in life, it will result in an adult who has healthy relationships and that is overall a successful adult. Someone who has been effectively taught using the self-determination theory will show many attributes such as confidence, belief, true identity, and many others that are listed on this screen. The self-determination theory suggests that relatedness, autonomy, and competence are all satisfied in healthy relationships. We want to thank you all so much for spending your valuable time learning about the self-determination theory. We hope that each of you were able to gain some new knowledge regarding the self-determination theory and all six mini theories. We hope you have a great day. Thank you.